You Are Not Your Brain. You Are Not Your Brain by Jeffrey M. Squatters and Rebecca Gliding takes up us on a journey where we disappear the relation between thoughts and habits. This is book empowers readers to break free from repetitive behavior and take control of their mental well-being. If ready to take control, this is book just for you. Today we will take about a book in which by adopting the lessons taught in your life you can replace bad habits with good habits and change unhealthy thinking into positive and better thinking. And in this way we can take control of your life. The name of the book we will take about You Are Not Your Brain, written by Jeffrey M. Squatters and Rebecca Glading. Introduction. The author Jeffrey is a famous neuropsychologist when has researched hundreds of people and found four such ways to change your bad habits and take control of your life by adopting positive thinking. Your brain is your best friend, Jeffrey Quaiters. To understand the book better, we are going to discuss this book in 10 essential parts. So let's get started. Part 1. Use self-directed neuroplasticity to change. Self-directed neuroplasticity means focusing on your mind and running it accordingly. Neuro means the part of the brain from which thoughts and feelings are controlled, and plasticity implies that even thought this is part is quite solid. You can change it like plastic according to you doing some process or some work on it. If you understand in easy language, paying attention to that part of your mind from where thoughts and feelings are controlled can replace your evil thoughts with good and positive thoughts by thinking of your desire, feeling, and good thoughts from there. And it's same way by doing it continuously for 20 to 90 days, you can replace bad habits with good habit ones. Part 2. Hibbe's law and quantum zero effect. You can take advantage of neuroplasticity by learning and adopting these two concepts in your life, meaning you can control your mind. Number one, Hibbe's law. According to this rule, the neurons of our mind, our in simple language, the thoughts that affect your life work together, meaning the part of your brain that you use more and more, that parts become more and more robust. We understand this is easy words. An example, you take up a new job where you must catch a bus every morning at 8 o'clock to arrive on time. In this first week, everything went well, but on Tuesday of the next week, you reach the bus stand and 8:10 a.m. So you miss your bus and were embarrassed because of running the office late because of what is might be that you do not feel well and start getting upset. But after being like this for 2 or 3 times continuously, when you feel upset and tense repeatedly, many people resort to smoking cigarettes to overcome it. By smoking cigarettes, the brain gets nicotine. Nicotine is a hormone that realizes happiness and reduce stress. And after doing this for some time, it gradually becomes your habit. And after a few weeks, arriving late at the office or bus stand, causing trouble or stress becomes an opportunity to get nicotine or pleasure by smoking a cigarette. And from that, a bad habit can spoil your personal and professional life somewhere. And once you get into such a bad habit, not smoking cigarettes becomes a cause of trouble and stress, whatever you reach office on time or not. In this way, the work we do again and again gives us pleasure, become our habit, whatever result obtained from it or our favor or in our loss. After getting stuck in such a condition, some people say that they can't control themselves, so it is essential for them to smoke cigarettes. But if we look carefully at the situation, a person get pleasure from smoking a cigarette. He himself told his mind many times before, and then by practicing it continuously, also show that he is getting pleasure for smoking a cigarette. And because of this activity, the mind accepted that doing this is work gives pleasure. In this way, first we have control our minds. If we control our thoughts properly in our favor, it can help us get all we want. Therefore, in such a condition, You should feel happy to reach the office on time. Firstly, you will bring happiness. Secondly, you will be healthy because not smoking cigarette. And thirdly, your personal and professional life will also become better. So the lesson of this rule is to adopt these habits which will give you happiness and benefit from them in real life. This is second concept is quantum zero effect, a rule by Greek philosopher. If you take it, if understand in the language, it means that by practicing a fool can become intelligent. Similarly, a person whose habits are not good can also improve his life by adopting good habits while practicing good habits and continuously being conscious. The lesson of this is rule is that if you want to think positively instead of negatively thinking, then always think actively and positively. Similarly, if you want to be a successful, then always think about success. How can you become successful? How are going to live the best life after becoming successful? And in the same way, continuously thinking like this for 21 days will become your habit. Part 3. Follow these 4 steps to give up bad habits. This is part is essential part of this book because in this we will discuss the step you can use eliminate bad habits and adopt good practice will help. Step 1. Be aware of your thoughts of these that are taking you toward negatively and also know about those thoughts that make you happy and beneficial. You can become an expert in this art by practicing meditation for 5 minutes every morning. Step 2. Another way is to label the thoughts that you dividing the ideas that came to your mind every day into two parts. In one aspect, two thoughts necessary for you and other which are not required. Step 3. Third way is to pay attention to positive activity. It is a natural law that the things we focus more keep increasing whatever we do it positively or negatively. Therefore, to remove negative thoughts and increase positive thoughts, do more activities that increase positivity like reading books, reading a biography of positive people, listening to knowledgeable, inspirational and motivating people on YouTube, book summary videos, one person better, and spending more time with such positive people through this is method you can increase positivity to a great extent. Step 4. The fourth way it is to take action confidently and believe in yourself by continuously making good habits, thinking good thoughts, and taking necessary measures. Soon your bad habits will turn into a good one. Part 4. You do not define it with your mind, instead, you define it yourself. Sometimes our mind start wondering, such thoughts come into our mind that we don't want to think, thoughts with which we do not want to go ahead but dissipate all this. Many of us feel helpless in getting the fast train of thought under our control again. This has happened to everyone. It is not better for us to know how to control your minds by controlling our thoughts. The author believes that we can control our thought before they spread negatively or because of then we are upset. To illustrate this point, he tells the story of a patient he once helped. This is story of young American boy who started his career in acting. Although essentially he got outstanding success on trim levels, he was inspired and thoughts of giving his audition a better story and similarly will providing an audition in a state level acting competition. When the judge did not like his performance, he started getting demotivated. When the judge did not like him, he started feeling that he could not act reasonably, and from that day onwards his acting career started decline. To fix this problem, he met accounting squads who, after examining him, told him that all was happening because of his thinking. This is was happening with the youth because will one of his mind was saying no problem, we can improve the deficiency and become a better actor. On the other hand, his mind was saying you are good at acting. Can't in such a situation the youth listen to negative reason which was defining them. Due to listening to and focusing on him, the negatively kept increasing, which was not the hands of youth to control. But after meeting authors, creators, and taking good guidance When the young man started focusing on positive thoughts after a few months, he became a better actor and he also got a chance to give many new auditions, and in many he also performed well. In this way, whatever we are, we define ourselves, not our minds. We should pay attention to our positive and such thoughts which are beneficial and entertain them only, ignoring the negative. Part 5, we can retrain our minds. As we discussed in the last parts, what we think about more, on which we focus more, the same thing start growing, be it positively, success, happiness or sadness, be it habit or good habits. It depends on the focus, whatever it is, trouble, financial condition or good financial status. Therefore, after knowing this, we can retrain our minds by focusing on these thoughts which brings happiness and positivity. You can adapt some such method to think better. Start thinking about the things that you value. Think more about things and conditions that make you happy and generate happy feeling in you. Think more time about your success. Think more time about your good financial condition. Do positive things in with yourself. In every situation, how can I convert a lousy condition into a good one instead of thinking that I can't do it? Do daily meditation to become aware of evil thoughts and focus more good thoughts by knowing good ones. Ultimately, take your necessary action to change good habits from bad ones. Part 6, Refarming. Labeling a perfect for getting rid of bad habits or evil thoughts and adopting good thoughts, but it is a little tricky to good only by labeling and dividing into good or bad. It is also necessary to change it the attitude. The necessary because many times we negative thoughts come, many of us think that thought is also essential and either accept and direct or reject them now instead of pondering over them, because contemplating such negative thoughts can be a stressful, but we must do this because everything get it is a result. If you handle it well, we get a good result, and if you do not take up properly the according to it, therefore in such a situation we need refarming. Refarming means changing one's point of. To understand this is easily, let's us discuss the through the story of a patient helped by the author. The patient's level in such a that when he was thinking or talking about important topics, other necessary thoughts started coming into his mind, which he did not want to go. And while telling the author, he accepted that if this continues for more days, I am start getting mentally ill. If it is not corrected for some time, something wrong can happen to me. This is continue for a few days, after which, according to the author advice, those patients give the necessary thoughts and name or them label foreign invader, because there is a kind of possibility in this name from which every human wants to stay away, and ultimately because of giving such a label or name to necessary thoughts, that a patient felt that within few days such thoughts had reduced, because there is such a sound in such words which only a fighter or an alien would like to hear. A decent person might not want to listen in this way. After labeling, he got an opportunity to take the second step, in which he could say something like, I am not the one who listen to all kinds of thoughts, but he is only my mind, and I hear and accept what I am. So I listen to whatever, but take what I do that benefit me, contributes to my happiness and contribute to my success. Doing such activity help him to know that the negative thoughts that we are coming did not have any existence in reality. By considering them and managing them properly, they could be eliminated immediately. In this way, the lesson of part is instead of rejecting any negative thought out of fear, take a time for it. What a calm mind, think about it and follow a way to get away from it with a quiet mind. By doing this in few days, we will see that negative thoughts and good bad habits slowly disappear and positive good habits come into life. Part 7, refocus. The next it is important step to that helps us a lot to retain our attention. This is important especially when you, like many people, struggle to focus on your recessional text, because sometimes such a an idea is not a beneficial for a person, but due to being attractive he can't concentrate on his important work or struggle to focus on it. Therefore, along with adopting labeling and refarming techniques, it is also essential to know and use this method when needed. In this method or refocusing, it is advisable to adapt practices that bring attention to productivity and positivity. For this, make a list of those positive thoughts you want to take about, make a list of those good habits you want to adapt, and a list of good people with whom you want to spend more time. And whenever a negative thought of a kind comes to mind, do not think of any immediate way to remove it. Then ultimately focus on your list of positive thoughts and start thinking about it. Or for this, you can talk to a friend who will help you stay positive. In addition, I think about the desired result you will get from your work and work with complete focus. By doing this is you will see the engaging your mind in these things you want, you are controlling it, thinking advantages of instead of holding and taking advantage of you. However, it is essential to remember here that is this method is not to stop or reject negative thoughts, but the to deal with them positively after they come, in which you can only do your positive and desire after negative thoughts. Think about thoughts and habits, and after thinking like this for some time, negative thoughts automatically start getting removed from the mind and you start feeling good. Part 8, re-evaluation. The most important rule to meet regain ourselves, because if we can't do this, we can't know which thoughts are necessary and beneficial. But as long as we are associated with bad habits or evil thoughts, our distance from ourselves increase. Where this is method re-evaluation, you teach to connect with yourselves, love, give importance to your health, beauty, and thoughts. In a simple language, this is method of re-evaluation is a when to see and treat yourself with a kind mentality. It means loving yourself, adopting those habits that benefit you, not those who are attractive for some time and not harmful. Although this is will not happen overnight, by continuously using method like labeling, refarming, and refocus, the power to stay positive and project to develop in mind. This is approach helps you see and connect with yourself rather than surrounding negative thoughts. This is method helps you to able to make the best and safest decision of yourself. So if you want to leave bad habits and adopt good practice, improve yourself and love yourself, adopt this is labeling, farming, etc method. Take some time out for this is and see whatever you are adapting this is method or are focusing only on negative thoughts. If you are adapting, then adapt then in a more and better way, and if not, then start adapting them so that you can control your mind and not your mind. Part 9, use organic method to change habits. Do you know why people smoke? Will they know it is harmful to them? The answer is nicotine. Why do people tend to eat more ice cream when they know it will make them fat and unhealthy? Obviously, for sweets. We always do it because we try to overcome them through nicotine and sweet method to overcome the problem and stay due to ups and downs in our day-to-day life for some time. But by doing this repeatedly, many people become so accustomed to it that then without it they start feeling stress. Many people as dangerous things like drugs to overcome this stress for some time of ups and downs of life also consume, although we can help deal with his mind properly and overcome those stress by thinking positively. Due to the craving of instant relief, he becomes so addicted to things like smoking and drugs that the time comes to without it they start feeling stress. Author Scosters has also written the book intending so solve similar problems, that why we should handle the issue of our life in a positive way by paying attention to our thoughts in organic way. By thinking positively about it is adapting positive ways to fix it, deal with that problem so that it is also set, and you too will eventually get some more benefit in life by learning that way, not by method like smoking or drugs which provide relief from stress from some time but can automatically harm in your many ways. Part 10, key lessons from You Are Not Your Brain. First lesson, adapt what is beneficial to you. Many times while scrolling on social media, an ad or short video attracts you a lot in the same way you like someone or on TV. But the thing to understand carefully here is that such a situation when things feel good to you, they do not like you but want your mind. Because as we decided earlier, seeing such things, many happy hormones like nicotine are released in your brain, which makes our brain feel good. Many such people adapt it directly without thinking as a good for themselves. Still, according to the advice given by philosophers squatters in this book, we should analyze in such a condition that whatever is a good for our mind, it is beneficial for us, our real happiness, success, health, beauty. It is adopted only practical, otherwise focus on positively by rejecting it. And there are many ways of denying that we have discussed. You can't adopt any of them. Second lesson, control your thought through four steps. If we discuss the first steps in short, then the first steps is to be aware of the studies for which you can do meditating. The second step is to label which ideas are good for you and which are not. The third is to focus on positive activity, and the fourth it is to take necessary actions with confidence. Third lesson, make a notebook of good habits and write it down. The good habits you want to adopt, the good ideas you want to think of, the good people you want to be with, and the kind of sound financial condition you want to live in a implement. Keep taking necessary actions for time to time with action planning. Conclusion. So friends, this is how to live bad habits and adopt good ones. I hope you have learned many things and method to adapt in your life, and adopting good habits attract positivity, happiness and success. Thank you. Keep listening. Subscribe our channel. Follow.